Now we've got British Boxing Blog here with Matt Jobs at Jobs Gym in the West End of Newcastle. How are you doing, Matt? You alright?
I'm fine, thanks.
Good, not a bad last weekend for you, was it? The Friday night, had a couple of lads out?
Absolutely brilliant. Great debuts off both of them. Two different kinds of lads as well, one with a little bit more experience in the amateur game. And obviously Tom, not so much experience, only his third fight ever. But I said as soon as I saw training Tom that he had something about him. And he just looked like a professional. His style, everything, he suited it straight away. And once I started training him, fitted into it lovely.
You mentioned as well, obviously, the experience of the two your lads, but also the lads that were facing had a bit different experience levels as well.
Obviously, the one for Mark, 50 professional fights before Friday night. Tough, durable. Caused Mark not that much trouble, but Mark knew that he was in a fight. Got a little bit careless now and then, dropped his hands, a bit showboating, which I told him about. But I think that's the way Mark will probably fight like that a lot. He's got a lot of confidence in himself. Whereas Tom, it's unexpected. It's the other lad was making his pro debut as well. Couldn't find any information out about him whatsoever. All we got told was that he was 28-year-old. He was a scaffolder by trade, strong, fit lad. Apart from that, didn't know anything about his boxing experience. So obviously went into that fight a little bit going into the dark. But just told Tom to stick to his boxing, which he'd been doing when we had the sparring sessions. And I must admit, Tom, leading up to the fight in his sparring sessions was looking really, really good. He caught a little bit of a bug a week before as well. A little bit of a sore throat, cold, a little bit dicky stomach. So we'll give him a good 4 days to recover from that. Had him back in on Thursday before the fight. Had a look at him on the pads and things like that, and he looked fine. So told him to get out, pace himself, don't get carried away, hold the centre ring, keep his composure. And I thought was there for everybody to see. He actually done that, you know.
Yeah, both got the win obviously as well.
Definitely, so. Yeah, great for them, you know, great start.
Nice one. How many pros do you have at the minute in the gym?
There's 2, 3, 4. There's 5 in the minute.
How do you find balancing that?
Quite easy. We've got a good coaching staff here at the moment, you know. Obviously there's me, Tinker, Keith MacDonald, and we've got the likes of Jamie Cairns, Lee James Moore, Meg Hall, and Mal Trotter. There's quite a few coaches here who do other little aspects with them, like strength and conditioning work, cardio. They've all got good niches from personal training, things like that, so it all goes together well. Like Jamie's clued up on his nutrition stuff and things like that, so he gives all the nutritional advice to them. The likes of Mal and people like that do a lot of the CrossFit training for them. And like to give Callum Johnson a mention as well, the strength and conditioner who worked with Mark for this fight as well. Thought he'd done an absolutely cracking job, you know. Got him in good conditioning for the fight.
Nice one. Last time I was up, it was just before the show at the racecourse event. And obviously you mentioned there about yourself putting on, promoting and organising shows. Is that something you're going to continue with or look into?
It is. Busy looking into that at the moment. Should have some news, nothing to for future there. It's moving along nicely. Had a couple of meetings this week with certain parties, and I'm having a couple more next week, and then obviously I'll put that to the team that we've got behind the promotional side of things, which will look like we're probably going to be kicking on with that within the next 6 to 12 months, I would say, and then we'll have it up and running. There's a few other things alongside that which we're looking into as well, so hopefully onwards and upwards for you know.
Sounds interesting. It's not just the professional side of it either with the gym, is it? Like, I think every time I've been in, it's been bustling with different classes and things. How important is it to keep that side of it as well?
It's a massive important thing. When I first started getting back into the coaching side of things, with Jimmy Johnson, who was my old coach who works alongside us here, we didn't really want kids in. Realistically, we're just opening it to have seniors in to obviously turn professional. But then once you open a boxing gym, and especially in the West End, Newcastle, you've got kids knocking on your door 24/7. Come on, come in, come on, come in. So what I done was I sat down with Jimmy and would say, right, we're going to fund it ourselves. So we funded the amateur club, got it up and running, got it registered, and then obviously we put the right amateur coaches into place. Obviously Megan Hall's our head amateur coach. I was saying Megan Hall's amateur head coach. She's also a judge, amateur judge, and a referee as well. So quite a bit of knowledge there. Lee James, one of the other coaches, amateur coaches, boxed for the army, things like that, army background, came out, started training here, volunteered, got his coaching badges now, and he's up and running.
You mentioned earlier there, Matt, you've got an event coming up on Saturday. Do you want to tell a bit more about that?
Yeah, it's sadly a young guy who used to box for us, young Jason Fennick, suddenly passed away a couple of months ago. Left a widow and two little laddies. Absolutely sad day for we all when it happened. I wanted to give like a little bit to the family from the gym itself. So all the coaching staff and the lads got their heads together, and we decided to put a little event on it at our local social club. A little bit of open sparring, so all the lads are going to do their sparring sessions in front of a crowd. Raise a few funds, a few raffles and things like that. All the money we make off the day, we're going to donate and present it to Jay's wife Kelly. So hopefully that will go towards buying him a headstone for his grave, you know.
Thank you very much, Matt. It's been an absolute pleasure.
And yourself, thanks for coming.
Cheers.